We have a potential not perfection strategy, and for me that is about looking at every single person's potential to foster. Anybody inquiring, we will basically look for reasons why they should foster as opposed to why they shouldn't or couldn't. I think it's down to those individuals and exploring it throughout the recruitment process, whether it's right for them and actually whether they'd be a right fit for Compass. You have to be 21 to be a foster carer. However, there's no upward limit. Compass just look for someone who's healthy and is able to engage with any young person. So we have to bear that in mind. So although there's no upward limit, it's just about being healthy and fit to foster. In order to foster, you have to have a spare bedroom, and the only other criteria really is that you or your spouse have to have UK citizenship or right to remain within the UK.
So once you've made your inquiry, our recruitment officer team will be in contact with you within 24 hours, and they'll be able to complete a registration of interest with you and answer any of your questions early on. Our team will then book you in to have an initial visit with one of our social workers. This can be done virtually or face-to-face. And this is a good opportunity for you to get to know Compass a little bit more and also ask more questions to our experienced social workers. It's also a good opportunity for our social workers to get to know you a little bit more. So once you've received your positive recommendation to continue into the assessment process, this is when you will receive your welcome email and your introduction to the assessment process, and we will commence your references and checks. During the assessment process, you'll be asked to attend our 3-day course. This is held by one of our experienced and qualified social workers, and they'll be able to give you a realistic viewpoint as to what fostering might look like for you.
There's lots of work that is involved in the assessment process, so that's about completing a report on you as a family or as a person, but also it's about gathering all those necessary references and checks. So you'll be assigned a dedicated assessment social worker, and they'll complete the report with you, and then you'll also have a dedicated recruitment administrator who will do a lot behind the scenes. And once we've got all that information together, which takes normally around about 4 months from going to the assessment process, 3 to 4 months, and when we think you're ready and you're in agreement, you're ready, you'll then go to a fostering panel.
So your panel is held virtually, and during that time the panel members will ask you a couple of questions just about your assessment and also what your motivation is to foster. They'll then provide the minutes to what's known as our agency decision maker, and they will be able to give their recommendation within those minutes as to whether or not they believe that you would be suitable as a foster carer. So once you've been approved as a foster carer by our agency decision maker, you will then be passed to our family finding team, and they'll be able to work closely with you to ensure that the right match is made for you and your future foster child.
Yeah, the application process went quite smoothly. It took about 9 months from start to finish. First of all, I rang because a friend of mine gave me the phone number, and then a social worker used to visit us once a week. I think it was about once a week, and we went through our childhoods, our families, friends, and everything. It was really interesting.
When they were saying you're going to panel and stuff like that, yeah, you do get a little bit concerned because you're thinking you've got to sit in front of a load of people that are going to be firing questions at you, and you're just thinking, oh, how am I going to come across? I don't want to come across wrong or say something wrong or something like that. So yeah, there's a bit of worry there. But on the actual day, the social worker is actually in the room with you, and because you've got to know each other over the months that she's been interviewing you, you feel quite relaxed at the time.
A foster carer needs to have good listening skills and communication, and realise that things will happen and you just pick your battles really. You know, don't always home in on everything, but I think you've got to love children, which is a good one.
Yeah, you can't prepare yourself for anything, or it's going to happen, and you have to deal with the things that are happening at that time in a real sensible way.
And you know you've got the support of the fostering company. If you do have any pitfalls or any problems, they're there to help you. We recommend Compass as a fostering company because they're so supportive, they're so friendly. The social workers that we've had, and we've had a couple over the years, have always been really supportive and helpful and are great to work with. And the after hours team have always been very, very good. So we feel that they're there for us really. They're a good company.
You feel comfortable that there's someone else in the background that you can turn to yourself as a foster carer.